14 years ago. 10, 10, 10. Asper, Virginia. What? So, how long do you think it'll be before you and the girls are reduced to a hunter-gatherer existence? Asked the voice over the phone. Sky laughed. Mom, there's an IHOP down the road. The girls and I are reduced to that. At least we'll be fat and happy. He looked over his shoulder from his purse in the kitchen, where a trio of toddlers quietly watched Duncan on TV. Besides, Lo's only going to be in LA for a couple of days, so we should be fine. You must be really proud of her. Sky nodded. I am. Cookie segment on ABC will do wonders for Lo's already stellar career, he commented. And then I could have my in-laws off my case about my career. They still asking you if you're planning to run for office? Yeah. Lo's dad thinks I should start small and just run for the state legislature. Seriously though, I have no interest. And at this point there was a sudden hammering on the door. Well, someone's pounding on the door, so I better go see what's going on. Talk to you later. And give my love to Dad, okay? Bye. Sky hung up the phone and made a beeline for the door. I'm coming, okay? Hold on your shirt. Sky opened the door to find his next-door neighbor, Muddy Trails, and his daughter, soft-spoken, standing there. Muddy was a USMC lieutenant colonel assigned to the defense coordination out of state, down the hall from his office, and the two had hit it off immediately. Muddy, like Sky, had taken the week off, but his reasoning was different. He was expecting his in-laws in town in a couple of days. Meanwhile, his college-age star, soft-spoken, had babysat for the girls on numerous occasions and just left them to death. Oh man, Sky. Thank God I found you. Get dressed, we need to get him going immediately. Muddy insisted. Sky immediately noted that Muddy was in his military uniform. What? Don't worry, Mr. Sky. I'll watch over the girls. Soft-spoken said. They'll be fine. You have my word. Muddy, what's going on? The urgency of his friend started to worry. As a Marine, usually he was the kind of cool officer that didn't even yell at the idiots driving on the toll world driving into D.C., so to see him this frantic worried Sky. Attacks. Went under attack in New York and here as of 30 minutes ago, he explained. Come on, my car's ready. I need to drop you off at the emergency site. Then I need to get to Quantico and see what the hell's going on. Attack? Sky asked, pausing to grab his ID and a blazer. He was in a t-shirt and jeans, but given the situation, taking the time to change into something more formal was out of the question. Who's attacking? Don't know. Muddy told him as they both got into the man's car, a brand new Mustang. Muddy gunned the ends and took off, adding, Colt Sheriff's Office. They're going to have an officer meet us at Toll Plaza. From that point, State Patrol will escort us the rest of the way. Turn on the radio, see what you can find. Sky turned to the news and was horrified what was going on the radio. We just received confirmation that American Airlines Flight 77, departing for Dulles, Los Angeles, has been identified as the aircraft that was crashed into the Pentagon 30 minutes ago. Firefighters are on the scene. We take you live to our reporter on site. Investigative query. Investigator, can you tell us what happened? Sky slunk into the seat of the car. Oh my God. Muddy did not like the sound of Sky's voice. What's wrong? Lo was on Flight 77. A few days later, a flamingo pink S3T Lightning motorcycle pulled up in front of the house. The rider got off and pulled out the silver helmet and shook his shaggy mob of teal and black out. GoldenEye scanned the area. Oh, for fuck's sake, seriously? This place has El Rancho Camelot written all over it, she groaned. She put her helmet on the bike and went to the front door and rang the doorbell. After a few minutes, a soft-spoken opened the door. Yes, can I help you? Hi, the newcomer said, blowing bubblegum. Is this 54920 Lakeview Lane? Yes, can I help you? Hot Touch Prostitutes Inc. Got a client here. Says he needs his rocks off. You're the other girl he hired? The girl removed her sunglasses. You're kinda hot, but I don't do girls unless I get paid enough or I get enough alcohol, okay? The door slammed in the girl's face as she groaned. No funny sense of humor, I swear. She moaned. She knocked on the door again. Soft-spoken opened the door once more. You have 10 seconds to leave before I call the police. Look, okay, it's a bad joke. The girl pulled off her sunglasses. Seriously, I'm Twilight Glitter. I'm Sky's kid sister. And I just drove up here from Miami since the country's got every fucking plane that isn't military grounded right now. My mom and Big Sis Velvet both said I gotta get up here. So I held my very cute little college girl tush up here. Somebody want to explain what's going on? Why should I believe you? And who are you? Was the awareness guy and lower into threesomes. Saucebug was about to slam the door in Glaria's face again, but the girl stuck her foot in the door. You do not have a sense of humor, do you? No, and if you've been paying attention to the news, you wouldn't either. Look, I get it, okay? Some fucking towelheads did their snack bar into the Twin Towers in New York and the Pentagon. I'm not dead, so the president gets an excuse to nuke the Middle East and call it that, right? Tears filling Saucebug's eyes. Your sister-in-law was on one of those flights, you bitch! A cocky smile left on Glaria's face. Oh fuck, shit, I didn't know. God fucking damn it, look, I didn't know, okay? I love my family, but we're not exactly talking types, okay? That's why I went to school at UM. Want to get away from everyone. I've been here trying to take care of the girls, because Mr. Sky's too broken up right now. Glaria bit off a joke she was going to say, making suggestive comments to this girl to go take her brother to bed. Claire's problems that when it suddenly didn't seem funny anymore. I know. I'm loved low. I probably got along with her more than I did with my actual big sister. Phil and I just don't see eye to eye. And Tia and Lou never had time for me since they're older than I am, and you know what, never mind. Let me get my bag and come in, okay? Saucebug nodded, and Glaria went in and retrieved her saddlebag and ran over. How's he doing? Dad's with him next door in our place. He didn't think it was a good idea to leave Mr. Sky to his own devices right now. Yeah, I'm a bartender. I've seen more than a few people try to drink their sorrows away. Never works. Glaria admitted, where are the girls? Watching TV right now. Mrs. Garden was supposed to come back today, and sooner or later, the girls are going to figure it out. They're very smart for their age. I know. She walked to the room and stripped off her riding suit. She was in a baby doll tee and cut-off shorts right now. She changed to something more modest later. Contrary to Phil's arguments, Glaria did know what propriety was. She looked at soft-spoken. Go get my brother. He needs to be here for this shit. I know he's hurrying. We're all going to be hurrying, especially the girls. But he can't back out now. They need their father. Soft-spoken nodded and left. Glaria approached the girls, looking at them as they continued to watch the TV. Even at that age, they were already watching Sesame Street. This was probably for older kids. Gonna be smart and beautiful, Lil, Glaria said, feeling her eyes sting with tears as the crushing reality was going to hit her. I'll make sure of it. She was going to have to find a university to transfer to up here. Talk to her boss to see if she could transfer from the Hooters she was worked at to one that was local. Maybe she had to get a real job at a distance to college, because she was going to have to be a role model now. She sat down next to her nieces and hugged the three of them, fighting tears. She needed to be strong for them. Like Phil, that bitch, she was going to show her nieces what it was like to be a girl in this family. I'll take care of them, Lo. I promise. 10 years ago. Time passes. Broadlands, Virginia. Do I do it like this? Yeah, but be careful, Glaria's gentle voice said. You want to make sure all the screws loose are in place, sonny. So now use both hands, trying to turn the screwdriver. Giving her aunt while Glaria used the automatic drill. Like this? Glaria muscles her niece's hair. Yeah, like that. You finish up here, and I'm going to check on your sisters, okay? Young girl nodded. Her pigtails bobbing in time. Okay, Aunt Glaria. Glaria smiled again and went in. She knew she had to check the plate later, but Sanaa was showing a real propensity for mechanic work, even at her age. She probably got it from me working on my bike in Sky's car. So this was the case around this house, though. It had been that way since she moved in 4 years ago. She quit her job at Hooters, and thanks to some connections her old boss had up here, she got a job at Virginia Tire and Auto as a mechanic. Gave her some time to continue her studies at Fairfax University. Especially that all her credits from UM were transferred, and had a lot of catching up to do. As she walked into the house, she noticed Aria playing with dirty laundry, rolling up the clothing and shooting 3-pointers with damn good skill for a child her age. Maybe a future basketball artist, he wondered. Hey, Ari. Hi. The distracted look in the middle triplet's face was a dead giveaway something was up. Something wrong? Glaria, could you talk to Daddy? She asked. Glaria knew that tone all too well. What happened? Daddy got into a fight with Home Run at school today. She said, I wasn't supposed to tell you or Daddy, but I'm worried. She did, you see. Did you punch him? Yeah, it made him cry too.
Forrest Red said he was going to tell the teacher, but he never did. And Home Run said he ran into a tree because he was too embarrassed that a girl popped him one.
The woman chuckled.
That's my girl. But next time, you're supposed to tell the teacher, even if he deserves it, okay? Okay. Is she in her bedroom? Uh-huh. Okay, let me go talk to her. I was thinking about talking about your dad and talking to you to take you to Six Flags. But depending on what Dodgy tells me, those plans might get canceled. Okay,
Arya said sadly.
Clara put an arm around the child and hugged her. You did the right thing, Ari. Sometimes doing the right thing is hard, but it's worthwhile. Trust me, there'll come a time when you'll have to do something harder than you know. Okay, the girl said, not quite understanding. Clara grinned and made her way up the stairs. Hard to believe it's been 4 years. She looked at the picture of Lois on the wall, forever young and beautiful. Clara made sure that the girls knew their mother loved them more than anything. She herself was a pale substitute for a mother figure, no matter how much they try.
This is going to turn into air, isn't it?
They're beautiful, Lo, she said, touching her sister-in-law's image. You'd be proud of them. At that, she started to hear sounds of a video game in the room. Sure enough, hunched over a controller in PlayStation 2 and trying to get Sakura to throw a fireball was Adagio. The girl's movements were rough and rigid. At sight, she was angry, and translated to subpar play on the screen. Daji, you know how to do it, right? Forward, cross circle, punch. Clara advised. Adagio flinched as if scared, then turned to look at her as she had been caught with her hand on the cookie jar. Uh-oh is right. I thought you were supposed to clean the room. I didn't want to. To Clara, Adagio didn't lie. She was honest to a fault. I was mad. Kinda noticed. Want to talk about it? No, she pouted. Clara took that as an invitation. She sat down next to Adagio, picked up some other controller, and selected Cammy. As the game started, Clara just asked delicately, Heard you punch someone? He deserved it. He was a stinky butterhead, Adagio insisted. Sure he was. Are you sure he had a reason for his stinkiness? Anger on Adagio's face fell, followed by a sad look. Mrs. Daffodil was talking about heroes yesterday at school, and said Mommy was one. Then today, Home Run said that Mommy wasn't a hero because she didn't stop the bad man from hitting the Pentagon. Yeah, that. He says Daddy and Mommy are soldiers and they're real heroes, and that Mommy was a fake hero and a loser. She put down her control and made her fist. So I hit him when I got the chance. Clara thought about it for a second. Did you hit him hard? Yeah. Well, as proud as I am of you, you're not supposed to do that. You're supposed to tell Mrs. Daffodil. You know that. Yeah. Am I in trouble? Well, I was going to take us to Six Flags this weekend, but maybe I won't because of what you did. A look of horror came over the girl's face. But that's not fair! You're right, it's not. But sometimes things happen that aren't fair. You need to brush them off. Your mom wasn't a loser. She was a wonderful woman and one of the best people I ever knew. Home Run's parents are heroes, but for a different reason. He wasn't being nice. But you weren't being nice either by not letting your teacher know. Got that? Okay, she said, not convinced. Then she said something Clara hadn't expected. When I grow up, I'm going to be a soldier. Clara never heard Adagio say that before. Last time she said something like that, she wanted to be Batman. Why? Because of Home Run's parents? Nuh-uh. Adagio said, because soldiers protect people, even sticky buttheads like Home Run. Well, you've got a long time to think about that, kiddo. Don't make choices just yet. No, really. When me, Ari, and Sunny grow up, we're gonna become soldiers. Promise! We'll see. Right now, you're grounded, okay? I want you to put away the game, clean up the room. And after that, you're gonna write an apology letter to Home Run for him. But he won't do it again. Because I also want you to write, if he says that again, you'll hit him again, okay? The Carrot Top girl grinned from ear to ear. Okay. Then that the phone rang. She darted from her room and answered it. Sky Residence. The voice on the other line was tinny and crackling. Hey sis, all the girls. Claire's eyes narrowed. You're not on a plane, are you? He laughed. Look sis, what I'm doing is important. So are your children, Sky. Look at me. I'm practically out of childhood myself and raising them. And I have post-grad studies to consider. You need to be here. No, I need to be out here, doing what I do best.
No one like Lo ever suffers again.
Clara groaned and crashed on her bed. She had this argument with her brother so many times. She wondered if she was now less sibling and more pseudo-spouse. Sky, the girls need you. They need their father. I know that helping to rebuild war-shattered nations is important, but you're missing the vital part of their lives. He said something, but the phone crackled once more, making words incomprehensible.
No, I love my girls dearly. You know that. I wouldn't be out here doing this if I wasn't to keep them safe.
Except you're not keeping them safe, big bro. You're running away. Even Belle would say that. Dazzy got into a fight school today. Apparently, some bully taught smack as he laid it to him. Kids did the usual code of silence thing, but still.
Yeah, maybe it's time to get martial arts training.
You're tired of this beat up a bully. Your answer is to make a better at it.
Lo always wanted to take it because martial arts runs our family. Her brother is a stuntman in Hong Kong, in case you didn't know. Besides, the arts will instill some discipline in them, I'm sure.
There was talk in the background then.
Okay, gotta go. Flight leaves for Baghdad in 5 minutes. I'll be home in a few weeks. Clara, take care of the girls and give them my love. Bye.
Clara held the phone for a second, putting back in the cradle. I'll be home in a few weeks. You said that last time. You haven't been home in months, in. She took a breath and did the breathing exercise she learned once. She did not cry in front of the girls. They had enough concerns without worrying about her. Fuck it. Considering or not, she taken the girls to Six Flags this weekend. Because their father wasn't going to be around for that, she had to show them they were loved. Now, if I can find someone to go with me and keep an eye on little troublemakers. Fortunately, I know just the person. Hey, thanks for coming with me, Softy. I know you had other plans today. Soft-spoken gave her friend a small smile. Claire, we're best friends, right? Of course I do this. Besides, you know how much I love the girls. Yeah, you do. Despite the rocky beginnings, the two had grown close and became two peas in a pod, despite having radically different tastes and attitudes. It wasn't for the fact that Salt lived at home to take care of her mother, and Claire lived with her brother and the kids. They would likely have an apartment together somewhere in the Beltway. I know that look. What look? That look! You're shipping them, aren't you? Big time! So, how's your mom doing? She asked while they watched the girls laughing and enjoying themselves on the quay playing ride. Not well. Since Dad was killed in Afghanistan, she's lost the will to live. She wanted to grow old with him, and she blames Dad for wanting to go out and fight the Taliban. She was never really healthy, and now with Dad gone, she keeps telling me the only thing she has to look forward to is grandchildren before she dies. Yeah, well, your dating prospects are a little dim. Softy, I keep trying to set you up with guys, but you never like any of them. I know, she said softly. There was a long pause before she added, I'm going to sleep with your brother when he gets back. Claire was almost choking on so she was drinking. What the fuck? Softy, you're going to joke about that. I'm not joking. Soft looked at Claire. Her feathered baby blue hair angelically framed her honey brown skin and pink eyes. I've given some thought. Like hell you have, Softy. Sky is 2 decades older than you. For fuck's sake, you met when you were a teenager. I know, but I love those girls and they need a mother. You can't be there forever, she cowered. Have you told your brother about your plans next year? No, there's never been a good time. Besides, I've been the closest things the girls have had to a mother since Lil died. I don't want to think that I abandoned them. This is why I should step in. Look, I know what you're going to say. That there's a million reasons why I shouldn't see Sky and to look for someone my own age. That I'm probably too wrapped up in unrealistic dreams. And I need someone to ground me. But you know what? Claire gave Salt a look as she had lost her mind. Sure, hit me. I had a crush on your brother since I was a teen. I knew he belonged with Lois. I wasn't going to pull an American Beauty on him. But I was seeing what your brother is like now. He needs a woman in his life to ground him. Sati, we're both 24. The woman part is debatable. I have girl parts. And that statement doesn't validate everything in regards to your woman argument. Serious. You're moving to Singapore next year. You haven't told your brother. And what will happen to the girls without you? Don't you want someone there who loves them just as much as you? Knows you're talking a lot about the girls and not about you, Sky. That's a part of a relationship, too. Santi turned away. None of your business, she stammered, cheeks flushing within. 5 months. You've been gone from home for 5 months. Sky nodded at himself as he got out of the taxi. You were only supposed to be gone for 2 weeks. Glitter is going to kill you. Girls barely remember you exist. He sighed, slumping as he shut the door and watched the cab drive off. He knew he should have been home more. He knew he was missing out on the important parts of the girls' lives. He loved them and wanted the best for them. But as a father, he was a failure. He knew that too. Without Lotus, he was lost, and knew it. Without his beloved wife, he could barely hold it together. Here he was, never blue sky, one of the Department of State's finest economics and diplomats. He was a complete wreck without apron strings attached. More than once, people had joked about him being pussy wet. Well, it wasn't that. He just felt incomplete without Lotus. With her gone all these years, he realized how much he was lost without her. Right now, though, he had a few weeks at home before he had to head back. It'll be enough time to rekindle his relationship with his daughters, in hopes somewhere in heaven, Lo will forgive him. He certainly needed it. He opened the door and noticed the house was darkened. Glitter? Girls? Anyone home? He thought he heard soft jazz playing from upstairs, from his bedroom no less. He set down the bag and walked upstairs, wondering what it was. He walked to the room and into a fantasy. There, lying on the bed, without clothing, was soft-spoken. She got up and approached him. A girl unpracticed in the ways of love, intending to be a seductress. Slipping her arms around him and leaning into him, she sighed. You're home. Okay, what I say is purely in jest. Because I think the author's doing their job. But I gotta say it, why does this fic continue to make me feel awkward whenever I see a naked woman? Soft, he began, feeling his body stir. Something he instantly felt shame about, since he was done his wife's bedroom as well. Why are you? Claire took the girls down to King's Dominion for the weekend, the young woman told him. So it's just you and me. Soft, this is wrong. Your buddy's daughter. I'm practically an old man. She silenced him with a kiss, which he quickly backed off from. This is all I ever wanted, she told him, looking into his eyes. I want to be the girl's stepmother. I love them. I want to be there for you. You need me, Sky. I know you love and miss Lotus. I know that. But please, give me a chance. For the girls? For the girls. It was both the right thing to say and the worst possible thing. She kissed him. This time, he returned it.
Oh my.